All right, hey everyone, this is Nate, and this is the Nader Tater channel. All right, T-Mobile Home Internet is trying out a new thing. I'm going to tell you why it really might not be a great thing, as well as I'm going to show you on my computer here how you can tell if you're going to be getting their new service, which I will say is not that attractive, or if you're getting your old service, because it's a little bit confusing for sure. So I've been using T-Mobile Home Internet for over 2 years now. I follow their journey from 4G to 5G. Here's a gateway that you get. So basically, they ship you this gateway. All you have to do to it basically is plug it into power. It connects to the T-Mobile cellular network, and then it sends out Wi-Fi, and all your devices connect to it. And it's actually really great. It's fast speeds, hundreds of megabits per second for a lot of people, for most people in the 5G area of coverage. And then it's unlimited data for their base one, and it's $50 a month, and it's locked in a price. It's even cheaper if you have a Magenta plan, cell phone plan along with it. It's down to like $30 a month, so it's really attractive. But the problem has been that they've limited it to only certain areas and certain people, and in fact, in certain areas, they only allow so many people to sign up for it. So in fact, for me, if I go and sign up for or try to sign up for it here at my house, it says it's not available. And so what they've done to try to combat that, one is to get more people on it, as well as spread this option to more people out there in the U.S., is they now have opened up something called T-Mobile Home Internet Lite. So this is a big asterisk that they put on it, but then they open it up to anyone that basically has T-Mobile coverage at their house, which seemed like a great thing. But I will tell you, I would not have touched that with a 10-foot pole if that was what they offered me when I looked for a service like this. And that's because the unlimited data was really the key thing that got me on here, because pretty much every other cellular plan has these limits, and the Lite plan has a starts at a base limit of 100 gigabytes of data a month, and then you can up it to I think 300 gigabytes, but it's going to cost you a lot more money. I think it's like $150 a month. It's basically like $50 per 100 is basically how the pricing works out. And so the way you can tell you get that is on their website. So let's go in there in just a second. The only other thing I'll say is, they have expanded their network, the T-Mobile network, and they have two different 5Gs really out there. One's a 5G extended, and one's a 5G ultra capacity. The ultra capacity is the one that gets you like really good speeds, like hundreds of megabits per second. Their extended one is still very good, but you might be more like 100 megabits per second for download. It can vary up and down from there a lot based off your exact location or whatnot. But so you can get that N71 band, that 5G extended, in a lot of places in the U.S. that you can't sign up for this today, but now you can get the Lite service, and that's a great option for some people that have DSL or old satellite option, or maybe very few if any options out there. But let's talk about how it compares to like other hotspot plans, and again how you can tell what it's going to give you when you search online, and as well as a couple tricks here for maybe trying to get the regular plan and not the Lite plan. All right, so here I just went to the T-Mobile website, and you can see, they really tout this T-Mobile Home Internet, and it is $50 a month, which is great. They have some information in there, but basically what you can do is look at the coverage map, and you can see where they get 5G signal as well as where they get the 5G ultra capacity. Now you can turn off the 5G if you wanted to see where the 4G coverage is, but really this T-Mobile Home Internet nowadays is focused on the 5G coverage area. They do have a kind of an old legacy one that is 4G based. But so in here you can see these dark areas. These are their 5G ultra capacity. But what surprised a lot of people is you can go in here, and even if you live inside one of these dark areas here, which means you have the 5G ultra capacity coverage, it does not mean you can get the 5G home internet, or at least it didn't in the past. Now it does, because now anyone in this coverage area can get it, but now customers are going to be treated differently based off of which service they have. So you could have a person in here. Now this is just a random place I zoomed into, but there could be a person that's right here, and they could have the regular plan with unlimited data at these fast speeds, and then you could have a person right next to them that had to sign up for the Lite service because too many people in this area have either the home internet plan or cell phone plans. Basically, the capacity of the network is being strained, and so they don't want more people to sign up with unlimited data because they know you're going to stream Netflix or Hulu or Amazon stuff all the time. So they restrict it, and that's something that's good to know. But I do encourage you to look at the coverage map first, even if they say, hey, it's available or not available. Because if you're in one of these little fringe spots, you might not get great service. And so zooming out here, I'm obviously in Michigan, and it's easy to tell there's a lot of good coverage around here. You can go to a couple of these white places, and so obviously if you're one of these little dots, like I think for example, if your house happened to be in one of these little pink pixels, it would give you service, but you might know that you have bad service yourself. So on here, this is where I was saying, this is the different options they give you. You can go anywhere from 100 gigabytes to 300, and then after that, your speeds go to 128 kilobits per second. So that is zero point 0.1 megabits per second. So really, really slow there and pretty much worthless. And then what they do tell you is, and it's probably a good idea, if you don't know how much data you use, then you should check. Because if you are not a big streamer or a big gamer, or you don't watch a lot of YouTube, which you should watch more of my channel, of course, but then you might not use up that much data. And T-Mobile, at least they say that under 0.25% of their people are, basically 25% of their customer base does not use more than 100 gigabytes of data, which I'm a little surprised about, but I suppose that that could be true. So what happened was I went in here and I checked my availability for T-Mobile Home Internet at my address, and it says, hey, Home Internet Unlimited is, I guess that's now their new name, marketing name for the old T-Mobile Home Internet, is not yet available at my address. But Internet Lite might be the right fit for you. So they're saying, hey, you can get this new Lite service, and it does tell you right here, hey, it's 100 gigabytes per month, and then in the meantime, we're trying to grow our network. And I will say they are certainly growing it. Their ultra capacity has grown here in my area in the past 2 years that they've been trying to expand, and they just bought, I think, something like 3.5 billion with a B dollars worth of more spectrum from these auctions, where they can now use their N71 band, and as they get more spectrum, that means even though it's the same speed for people, now they can actually open it up and get more connections. So it's kind of thinking about like, an interstate, and the speed limit is still 70 miles per hour, but now they get more lanes, so more people can now go on it, and they all go that same speed. So they're opening up more and more as they go on. And the one thing that I think is nice is not only is there a $50 a month price, but that's locked in indefinitely. And then they will let you upgrade from the Lite plan to the unlimited plan whenever that becomes an option at your house. So if they expand the network and they say, hey, you're eligible now to go to unlimited, they will let you switch with no price change in there. So that's kind of cool. And I think it's good that they're doing this, but the downside to this 5G home internet, and I've seen it mostly on T-Mobile, I've seen a little bit on the Verizon one I've had as well, but it's that it is very dependent on the network. And with being home internet, even in unlimited, you are deprioritized on the network, which means you have, the first, you are the first person that will get slowed down. So if the network gets congested, a lot of people on there, or it's at prime time, so a lot of people complain like afternoon, evening time frame, their internet slows down. And it's because their network is getting loaded up. And this is one way that they're trying to expand their network without overloading it. And, I think, like I said, it's kind of good and it's kind of bad. The more people you get on there, the slower the existing people get. But then there's a lot of people that I think are desperate for internet, and this is a really quick and cheap way to get high-speed internet at your house. For me personally, I had no other option other than my DSL line, and I contacted Comcast, the cable company, because they have it at the road, but I'm like over 1,000 feet off the road. Well, they wanted $9,000 to hook up, from the street to my house. And so that really was just not a viable option, or not worth it by any means to me. So for those people, I think the home internet lite's a good option. For everyone else, I would say stick with something else. You can do like a visible mobile phone plan. You can get, I think there is unlimited data actually, but it's at 5 megabits per second, which isn't super fast by any means, and it's much slower than you'll probably get with the T-Mobile Home Internet, but it's unlimited at that speed. And that allows you to get, that's enough for streaming, at least, not 4K or anything, but you can get HD quality streaming at that, and you can not be worried about a data limit, and perhaps it's even a backup plan. I think it's like $30 a month for a visible unlimited. So that's another alternative if you are stuck out there and you try to you're trying to get some kind of faster internet. So hopefully this video helped you, and stay tuned for more videos. I do put them out every week, and always like and subscribe to my channel if you like it. Thanks.